Welcome back to day 14 of the 100 Horror Films in 31 Days. Today I'm sporting my Astros jersey in commemoration of the great victory last night against the Red Sox. Fantastic stuff. Uh, Thought they were going to lose it, but they pulled it out. Carlos Correa. Anyway, you're not here for that. You're here for movies. And I did watch three movies. First up is 1928's The Man Who Laughs. This is directed by Paul Lenny, great German director who did Waxwork and Cat and the Canary. Really up there with F.W. Murnau in terms of his production level. I think he did some masterpieces, including the film I'm holding in my hand today, The Man Who Laughs. Conrad Veidt, fantastic actor. He plays a man who has been surgically affixed a smile by some gypsies, um, and he's basically a persecuted guy. I mean, besides the fact that he's got this permanently transfixed smile, he's also persecuted by the king. This film takes place in around the 1600s when King James II was in charge, and the king's court jester takes up the torture even after the king dies, because what's at stake here is that the Conrad Veidt, his character actually was a rich guy. He's actually got an inheritance, but uh, the great actress Olga Baklovova, she portrays this woman who's basically uh, stolen his inheritance somehow. They really never get into how she did it, but basically, if it turns out in the story that Conrad Veidt it discovers that he actually is the heir uh, of this fortune, that she's going to obviously lose it because she doesn't have a right to it. And in the middle of this, you've got Conrad Veidt in love with a blind girl, and so this is really kind of more of a drama romance, honestly, than a horror film. The only horror, honestly, is maybe that he's disfigured and has a permanent smile like the Joker, and of course the human horror of having someone being persecuted the way he was persecuted without any justification. But yeah, Conrad Veidt's fantastic in this. It's a great film. Definitely everybody that's a cinephile needs to see it. Highly recommend it. 9 out of 10. Great release by Eureka. Lots of special features on this, interviews. I have not checked those out yet, but I definitely will at some point after the challenge. All right, next up, I think we're going back to the Universal Dracula set. Yep. And we're going to talk about the Monster Mashup, which is House of Dracula, 1945, directed by Eric Keaton. Of course, this one's a monster mash like House of Frankenstein. It's basically the same story. Instead of Boris Karloff in House of Frankenstein being the mad scientist, he's replaced, and he's replaced by, I think, Onslow Stevens. Yeah, Onslow Stevens plays this doctor that at the beginning is trying to cure Lon Chaney of his werewolf ism, lycanthropy, and of course he's trying to help Dracula, who played by John Carradine, uh, overcome his need for blood, and inevitably they run into and find the Frankenstein monster, and of course bad things happen after that. It's a fun film. It's like I say, it's basically the same storyline as House of Frankenstein, but just slightly more emphasis on Dracula this time. Good stuff. I liked it very much. I mean, I'm a monster kid at heart. I enjoyed it a lot. I gave it a 6 out of 10. Eric Keaton is an interesting character. He also directed Ghost of Frankenstein, House of Frankenstein, some Abbott and Costello. So he has kind of a wide portfolio. Interesting director. Yeah, House of Frank, fun time, short movie, 67 minutes, I think. All right. And then my third and last watch of the day, we're going to check out Mondo Macabro's release for Beyond Erotica, 1974, which I actually like the title that Mondo put. It's Nothing, Mama, It's Just a Game. I think that's a better title than Beyond Erotica. Um, this is a Euro sleaze film with David Hemmings playing this rich, entitled, and sadistic, very sadistic kid. Not a kid, I guess he's early 20s. And his self indulgent mother indulges all his sexual perverted fantasies, and he takes them out on the wait staff and women that basically his mother's supplying him with women and condoning his sadistic torture and killing of women. It was okay. I think my problem with it is David Hemmings doesn't pull off the sadomasochistic rich kid as well as maybe some other actors might have done. He just doesn't. He's just not convincing. The film has an interesting twist. I think you can see the twist coming probably 100 miles away. But yeah, overall, it's a decent watch. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It was directed by Jose Marie Forqué, who looks like I don't think he did I don't see anything else in his of any real interest here. He's done a lot of movies, but nothing, mainly dramas. So yeah, this was a decent watch. This has an audio commentary track with Kat Ellinger that I haven't checked out, and some other special features. But it's the Mondo Macabro Red Case edition with a booklet. I'll probably check all that stuff out, in November. Decent watch. I'd never seen it before. It was a first time watch for me. All right, I think that's going to do it for day 14. Appreciate you watching.